Welcome back to the channel, guys. This week we're doing a tech tip corner. I've got a couple engines going together, and I'm at that stage that I figured it's the perfect time to show you how to degree a camshaft. Now, not many people do this. Many people just line up the dots and hope for the best. But if you've got an aftermarket camshaft, high compression, low piston to valve clearance issues, you need to pay attention to this video. Our test dummy today is my 307 Chevrolet. These engines were produced from 1968 to 1973. Came in Camaros, Chevelles, Novas, etc. trucks. This particular one is destined for my 1965 GMC C10. Right now it has a Summit Racing 1201 camshaft in it. 428, 450 lift, 212, 218 duration with 111 degrees lobe separation. This ought to make for a pretty spicy little cam, but keeping low end torque. So what we're going to do, we're going to take my comp adjustable timing set, which you can kind of see here, and we're going to degree this in, make sure everything's going to clear, because I've got closed chamber heads, I've got a lot of stuff. I need to make sure that the valves are not going to kiss the pistons when I'm beating on this motor in my truck. Starting out, let's go over our list of tools. First things first, we need a degree wheel. You can purchase one on Amazon relatively cheap. The one I use is the Mr. Gasket one pictured here. These run about $75. You can find cheaper ones that work just as good. I bought this at a swap meet for 10 bucks, so I feel like I got a good deal. We also need a dial indicator with a magnetic base. This can be picked up at Harbor Freight. I use this specific one. Hasn't failed me yet. We also need a bolt and a piece of wire. What I'm using is a piece of TIG wire that's bent in shape. You can also take and buy this whole thing as a kit. Summit Racing sells them. I prefer to piece mine together. I don't feel like I need the fancy kit. I do just fine like this, but to each their own. So let's get into this and see what it takes. First things first, what we need to do is find top dead center. Now, what you do, you go ahead and you just eyeball where it's at. This will get you pretty close. It won't be perfect. Set your dial indicator up to where it reads 0 degrees. Then what you do is you take the engine, rotate it around. This one's a little stiff. And what we're looking for is a number right before 0. We're going to shoot for 50 thousandths. I got just a little far right. And if you pass that number, don't back it up just a little. Back it way back and then come back into it. That way all your timing slack is taken up in the same direction it's going to be turning. You don't want to degree this with the slack the wrong way. There we got 50 thousandths. And then what we do is we come right down here and mark it on the degree wheel. On this, it's 4 degrees before top dead center. Then we carry on past, we go back to 0, and then carry back down to 50 thousandths. We check again, and now you can see the timer is pointing at roughly 4 degrees. So that means I've got my thing set, or my degree wheel set at 0, at top dead center. So I'm going to go ahead and rotate this back around to where everything is lined up where the cam dots would be. And put it on top dead center. just a hair too far. And like I said, if you go too far, back it up past your point. Back it up past your top dead center measurements, and then come back in so the timing slack is taken up the correct way. All right. Now that that is set where it goes, this is top dead center. We're gonna take our pointer and we're gonna move it up to the lifters. Now these are not the correct lifters for this engine. I don't have those yet. These are a set of solid lifters that go in my 385 cubic inch small block Chevy that you're gonna see probably at a way later date. It goes together for my Monte Carlo. But I'm going to move that up there real quick, and then I'll show you the next step. All right, now that we have our dial indicator in place, we're going to take a look at the cam card. The two numbers we're concerned with are the intake lobe center line, which is 109 degrees, and the intake valve lift at cam, which is 0.285. Now, theoretically, at 285 thousandths cam lift, the crankshaft should be sitting at 109 degrees after top dead center. So what we're going to do, we're going to take and spin this over, keeping an eye on the degree wheel and the dial indicator. When this reaches 285 thousandths, we're going to check the degree wheel, and if it's right, we're good to go. If not, this is a 9-way adjustable timing set, so I can pull the crank sprocket off, change it to what I miss or how far I'm out, put it back together, and it should dial in correctly. So let's turn this over. There's 100 thousandths. There's 200 thousandths. And right about there's where it's stopping. Now, taking a look at the dial indicator, or the degree wheel, we're at 109 degrees. So, this is set. Now to pull this apart real quick and show you all. This has 9 different keyways on it, and each one has a corresponding, like this is A6. You would line the dot up with A6 here, which is right here at the moment, and then degree it again. And that's if you needed to advance it 6 degrees. R is retard timing. So after you do this, make sure you take and Loctite your cam bolts and torque them to spec. But that's how it's done. And that's how you degree a camshaft in. Now, this isn't as important on hydraulic flat tappet cams, but like in racing applications especially, you can see it more affect hydraulic roller and solid roller cams, even solid flat tappet. Lining the dots up doesn't always work. You can end up actually up to 6 degrees out just not getting the dots perfectly, like getting one link out of place on the chain. But on a stock camshaft, you can get away with it. So it's really give or take. But if you like what you saw, want to see more, make sure and share this with your buddies. Leave a like down below and subscribe. Merch shop's coming soon. And we've got a sponsor now, which unfortunately won't be seen in this video, but you will see them in the next one. So, till next time.